Hey, what up, y'all? Welcome back to the Carpenters Apprentice. Today we have with us somebody extraordinarily fun, and it's going to be a great pleasure to have him here. It's Garrett, one of the owners of Mushy Magazine, and if you're wondering what that is, we're about to find out. Garrett, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Please take a seat. Let's let the folks know who you are and what you're up to.
Hi, I'm Garrett with Mushy Magazine. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm Garrett with Mushy Magazine.
And what is Mushy Magazine?
So Mushy Magazine is a magazine that's dedicated for sexual education, exploration, and liberation. Our main focus is to get the taboo of sexuality in every single type of way out of the way, normalize it as much as possible, so we could talk about it in public. Like, let's say a fellatio, giving head, cunnilingus, you know what I mean, pegging, things like that. We could talk about it in a manner where it's healthy, it's comfortable, and there's no hidden intentions. So thus, there's no walls. You feel me?
And why do you think that's important?
I mean, to express yourself, to understand other people. That way, no one goes through any hard shit when they're growing up. Let's say you're trans. We covered a story about Madison Black. She's a transgender. She's fucking beautiful. But we covered her story, and we got her story about growing up, being understood by her father, and how now, at first it was a little rocky, but now how they're best friends, you feel me? So if we're able to put this out here in the community, the San Antonio community, which is very conservative, and normalize sexuality as much as possible. Of course, you still want to keep your intimate stuff with you and your partner, you know? But if we're able to do that, then a lot of understanding and a lot of love, a lot of progression will be able to happen.
What affected you so much about this idea? How did you guys come up with it? What happened?
Well, personally, I'm an infomaniac, which the right term is a satiricist. I'm a sex addict. So instead of indulging in my cravings, I like to write. So I was writing, I do a lot of erotic poetry, spoken word, things like that. And what happened was people wanted me to make a book. So I went to my friend Chris Carr, because he's the fucking best in the business when it comes to making anything like that. So I went to him and I told him an idea. I said, hey, let's do a little art book. And he says, nah, fuck that. Let's do a magazine. And I said, okay, cool. I'm down. Whatever. I'm down to do anything once, right? So I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. No, so he said he agreed to it, or we both agreed. And then we had an idea. We said, oh, our friend Brandon, too. He's a big figure. So we hit up Brandon, all three of us collected, and that's how it started. We just started talking at after parties, talking the shit about it. What are we gonna do? What direction can we do? What kind of stories can we get? And at first, it was pretty hard to start out. But then once the first issue released and the community got a taste of it, after that, it was just a breeze, real easy.
How do you know you're a nymphomaniac?
The things I'm willing to do. Yeah, just...
But wait, isn't that just being a dude?
No,
okay.
Not at all. After like you're 14, 15 years old and having orgies, you know what I mean? It just kind of hits you. So.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then you're willing kind of just to break hearts or be broken and become jaded because of what you've experienced. I grew up in the Lincoln Courts and I experienced a lot of dark things growing up there. So what I tried to do was feel something, because I became kind of sociopathic. I'm not a sociopath, I feel emotions. Yeah. But at the time, because of what I saw, and I couldn't process it.
So we are a new show. We're figuring some shit out. That's obvious. But let's get back to the conversation. Okay, brother, so you were telling me that you went through some hard times. I wonder when you made the discovery that you were a nymphomaniac and what you decided to do to control it.
At first, I didn't control it. I just let it flow. You know, I went from body to body trying to feel as much as possible, because like I said, when I was going through the hard times, a lot of emotion shut off. And the only time I could feel something was through sex. So I kind of got that addict mentality right there, you know, instant gratification type of thing. Just allow me to feel something, anything, please. And I became addicted to love, per se. So it started happening from that, and I started seeking after like a heroin addict. You know, when can I feel something again? I don't even feel anything when my mother hugs me or gives me a present, things like that. And it was real hard. So then when I started seeing myself go down a dark path, I stopped myself because of my spirituality. I became celibate for a year and 3 months, even from self-pleasure, to do a lot of meditating and a lot of soul searching and reinventing within myself, and just cleanse myself out, you know?
You know, I've seen that on Reddit. There's a no-fap community, and they say that you get a reset after you do all that. Did you feel that?
Yeah, you definitely feel it. You get a reset in your sexuality, and the way you experience other people, the way you look at the opposite gender or the same gender, whatever you're into, is just, you get this, it's exactly it. You get this beautiful reset, and it feels so refreshing. It's amazing. I'm not going to lie. It's amazing.
Does it feel good to have your life back?
Yeah, it really does. I'm not going to lie. It feels really freaking good. And actually, I'm going through a new reset in life. I just went through some really crazy things, and I'm going through this new paradigm shift where the beautiful thing about sexuality is constantly evolving. That's another reason why we want to educate as much about the plethora of sexualities out there, all the different things out there, so people could understand the fluidness of it all. Because right now I feel like I'm going more towards demisexual, where I'm not able to get sexually aroused by anyone unless I'm emotionally involved with them. You feel me?
My God, man, I didn't even know there's this many terms.
There's a lot of them. We cover a lot of them.
I don't know. That sounds like I'm going to have to read up on it because I don't know what the fuck this shit is. But it does sound interesting, and I do like the idea that you're destigmatizing something that people cannot talk about right now.
Exactly, yeah. Like, for instance, you go up to your mother and just say, hey, what do I do? You know, you're going to get that fucking chocolate thrown at you or something. But luckily in my house, you could talk about all that. You could talk about God, politics, money, sex. I used to go up to my mom like, hey, Mom, I just lost my virginity. She'd be like, oh, congrats, mijo. Yeah, she's fucking crazy. I love that woman. And I'd be like, what do I do next? And she would sit me down and she'd be like, all right, cool, this is how you properly do this and this and this. And she would walk me through it. And it was really refreshing to have that. And then my dad on the other side, really conservative, hardcore Christian. I'm a Christian too, but he's a hardcore Christian. He's like, oh, son, we're not allowed to talk about that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, fuck me. Right? I figured out one way or another, buddy. Trust me. You go to Pornhub. No.
Oh, that's, I think, what all of us did, brother.
That's unfortunate, too. That's a big thing that we want to try to help people get away from because, I mean, respect to all the sex workers. Get yours, you know what I mean? Make your money. We support you completely. But that's not the only way to make love. It's not the full natural way per se. I put that with big quotation marks, to make love. It doesn't need to be fast. There doesn't need to be choking and spitting and slapping and all that stuff. You need to, there comes a point when you get lost in a moment with your lover. You feel me? And you become one. And every little touch is like an orgasm and you truly make love, or your lovers. And that's what we kind of want to help people get back towards too, the natural feel of what they feel. Because, I mean, even that might not be natural for someone, you feel me? That's what the beautiful thing about all this fluidness.
Oh, shit, man. You are blowing my mind over and over here. Is there, how can people contact you? How can they figure out more about the magazine? And do you guys got anything going on?
Yeah, it's really easy. Just Mushy Magazine on the Instagram and contact us there if you want to work with us in any type of way, art, videography, all that good shit, model, photographer. Just Mushy Magazine, DM us there and we're good to go. And then the 5th release is coming up, which is going to be really intense. We're covering some really good topics on that one. It's coming up on July 14th at High Tones. Okay. And then we're going to have an after party, hopefully, at Bottom Bracket, which just closed down, but we're going to, you know, keep it on the low type shit. We're going to go have an after party there and set up and get some good fucking music playing, some kegs and shit. It'll be awesome.
Oh, I know my ass will be there. So the last thing I will say, or I will ask you, is there anything that you would like to tell the people about their path with sexuality before we go?
Yeah. Whatever you naturally feel, just embrace it. And it's going to take some time to fully understand it. And you're going to go through a lot of quietness, a lot of loneliness sometimes. But it's going to be worth it. You just keep educating yourself, keep asking questions, keep finding the right healthy groups that won't subject you to anything that you're not comfortable with, you know? And you will find the right people and you will find the right person within yourself. That's pretty much it. Just love yourself.
Well, Garrett, I really want to thank you for coming out here. You know, I probably am one of those conservative people that are not super, you know, comfortable with all this shit, but we're figuring it out, and I'm glad that you've loosened the wheels, and I hope that it's done something for you all there too. And folks, we will see you next time. Thanks for joining us.